Jaden. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to dive into the details of phase 4 in my health crash recovery. I just want to apologize in advance. I'm doing my house cleaning today. It's Saturday and I'm having like the dishwasher running and the laundry running, so if there's like bad audio today, sorry about that, but I think it'll be clear enough because I'm really close to the speaker. So let's just jump right in, but before, let me just do my usual disclaimer. I'm not a doctor or a therapist. I'm not here to prescribe or treat you of any disease. I'm just here to share my experience and share the information that I've researched with you. And please advise your own health professional before taking on and applying any health advice to yourself. Okay, let's get right into my video. Phase 4, guys, believe it or not, there's good and exciting things about healing from a health crash, because when you get into phase 4, things are definitely looking up for you. Okay, when I got into phase 4, which was just around a year, so between 9 months to a year mark is when you're like transitioning between like phase 3 and phase 4. As you know, phase 1 is horrible. The crash, the struggles. Phase 2 is a lot of the depression, all the symptoms that you're dealing with, figuring out your, supplements, your routines, how you can be consistent healing yourself. Phase 2, there's a lot of going back and forth from phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 3 is better than phase 2, but you still have the danger of overdoing stuff and, getting a crash. But you're in phase 3, you're making progress. So I spent about 4 months in phase 3. Then I gradually transitioned into phase 4, which was the hugest jump in the recovery for me. It happened around about a year mark, where you feel like 80% yourself again. Okay, that is phase 4. For me, at that point, I was mentally organized. I was consistent. I was very good at knowing what my triggers were and what my symptoms were and how to deal with them. I was on top of my mental game and taking care of myself physically, eating well, deliberately going to bed on time, not over-exercising, but exercising enough. Pretty much all the things I've been sharing on my channel. I was really efficient at all that by then and have been doing it consistently for quite a while through phase 3. So when I reached phase 4, I felt this major shift in that sense of well-being again, where, if you are struggling with recovering from a health crash, hormonal imbalance, adrenal fatigue, HPA Axis Dysfunction, metabolic syndrome, all that, that you've just been chronically in so much pain, distress, fatigue, that you almost like forget what it felt like to be yourself and to be like high energy, excited about things. You're probably by this, at this time feeling very fragile with your energy, your moods, because all your triggers. And so when you reach phase 4, it's just like such an overwhelming relief of like energy, because you're starting to feel like yourself most of the time again. During this phase, I was able to start working out pretty decent. I was able to get myself back into pretty decent shape. I was still very careful, of course, but you just know that you can push harder now, and then it's not gonna send you into bed. You are able to handle eating foods that are, like things that would cause you to have like blood sugar issues when you're not as recovered in phase 1, 2, and 3. You're now able to handle like, pasta, or like yeah, just things, I mean, it's different for everyone, but like things that you couldn't handle, or let's put it this way, things that you used to be able to handle before the health crash, fine, that you weren't able to handle during your health crash, and then phase 4, you're beginning to handle those foods again. You're beginning to able to handle stimulation better, like you can actually, be excited and, yell and cheer if you're excited, be happy, get into like watching like a sports match. If you're getting like really excited for your player, you can like let yourself get excited. You can, get mad and just have a normal response to being mad instead of just sending you to bed. You can push yourself in exercise and not feel like you're just draining yourself of life energy. You're able to tolerate the stronger herbs and supplements, things like licorice, things like certain adrenal support blend, things like ginseng, which during the earlier phases are not recommended from me. I know I've recommended a lot of herbs, but I wasn't able to go into details, or I was able to, but I didn't think of it at the time. But like certain herbs are better for certain phases. You want to pick the milder you want to pick the herbs that stimulate you more mildly during the earlier recovery. You don't want to overdo it. Just like how you don't want to overdo exercise, you don't want to do over supplementation in the beginning. And you're able to add more and more as you gradually move through these phases. So phase 4 is like it's night and day. Like when you hit phase 4, you're just like, wow, I'm normal again. I mean, you're not 100% back, because I'm gonna save that for phase 5. But you're like if nothing got better, which it will, but if nothing got better than that, you were okay with it because you were just so depleted, right? So you'll, and which makes your recovery process even faster now, because you're like, even if I just stayed here, I would just like get down on my knees every morning and thank, my higher power, because I was so miserable. So when you reach phase 4, it's almost like an expedite forward, because you're now like feeling way better, and you don't have the pressure to like need to get even better because you're okay. And because you don't have that pressure, you're gonna get even better, which is what happened in phase 5 for me. So very exciting stage. If you are diligent and consistent and you're able to get here, congratulations to you. I know that those of you who have gotten here on your own knows that is such a major stepping stone. And like, yeah, you just want to cry. Like when you get here and you look back on how much you've suffered and how much you were tortured by the health crash, like you just want to cry. Like, oh my God, I could just be normal. It like really allows you to be thankful for the natural well-being that we're all given, and that some of us take for granted, which really teaches you to, treasure and like savor your precious well-being that is, naturally given to you. So in phase 4, you can, I definitely started to plan my comeback. So I knew I was strong enough. I had enough vitality. I was gonna, set out on a course to, get myself back into physical shape. I had this whole plan worked out, which I started implementing then. And phase 4, you really do notice like week by week that you have that more linear recovery, because you're no longer having to deal with the crashing, the up and down so much. It's more like you're stable and you're going up. However, that's not to say that you won't have a day or two that you're just extremely exhausted, just because that's life. Like even if you don't have health crash, people get exhausted, and so you're still gonna have that in phase 4, but it's just never gonna feel like what it did when you had that health imbalance. The crashes that are normal feel, in a normal, in a sense. It doesn't feel like you're gonna die and you're gonna just can't handle anything. Very exciting. I promise you, when you get here, you will gonna like jump for joy, and ironically, you will be able to jump for joy without being afraid that you're gonna like fall over. It's so good, guys. Like, I really hope you guys get here. Feel free again to ask me any questions on any of this. I get tons and tons of questions and comments all day long through my email, which I provided, and also through my social media and just in the comment section of my YouTube channel. So feel free to ask me anything. If I can answer, I will. Again, I've updated you guys on my last video, but I am going forward with working with a new doctor on getting surpassed my optimal state in health, fitness, and overall vitality and the quality of life. After recovering from this health crash fully, I've really gotten inspired to live a life that's even more optimal, and that will allow me to even thrive greater than I have been for many years. I think throughout my 20s, or my life, but like especially my teenage and my 20s, I had such high, career driven goals and all these dreams that were amazing, and I got a lot accomplished and obtained so many things that I wanted. But at the same time, the route I took was so extreme due to my strong desires and my personality, and I overworked myself, I overdid myself, I just stressed myself out. Even though I got a lot of technically what I wanted, I lost a lot of well-being in the process. So I don't regret this. I would have made the same choice if I had gone back, because without going through this, I don't think I would be this happy. I know it sounds so weird, but like going through a major contrast like this and having come out the other side with greater wisdom, strength, and power about my life, I am actually glad that this all happened, because it allowed me an opportunity to go even higher. I'm not saying that it was easy or pleasant the whole time, and there was times where I was just like hanging on for dear life and didn't know what to do, but stuck through it, stayed present, and moment by moment got myself through it. If you're going through this, you can too, and one day I bet you will be looking at it in a positive way, where you realize that this was such a much needed contrast for me to move forward in the direction that I truly wanted. So don't lose hope, guys. You can do the same thing, or some of you might even do it better and faster than me and get better results. And I hope so. I hope everyone who is struggling with this will find their balance and their answer. So yeah, anyways, sorry, I got sidetracked, but the update with the doctor, I will be working with a hormone optimizing doctor who specializes in extensive lab work and taking a look at your hormone levels and just your overall well-being, and very innovative and cool. I will, as I go forward with it, I'm still waiting for my labs to finalize with him. So as I move forward with him, I will do my best to document and share, the benefits and the progress, along with my new fitness journey that I will be documenting in detail. I tried to do it when I was in like the middle of my phase 3, or the middle of my phase 4, back in like the day when I was still not fully recovered. I tried to go on this like fitness transformation goal thing, and I started it, and I really quickly realized I wasn't yet in the right place to do it. I was pretty much recovered, but I wasn't fully recovered. So I decided 3 or 4 weeks into it, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get myself better first. So I had spent more, I just decided to step back from that, and I just really took care of myself, and now that I'm in the right place, I'm going to, you know, work with this doctor and then going forward with the fitness journey as well. So I'm very excited. Tons of new stuff. I feel like these, you know, quite a few months, the world is more staying at home, planning, holding still. I'm pretty pleased with how much I've gotten my internal work done and preparing myself to be ready to move forward in these new desires, goals, and plans for myself. Very excited. I'm really happy that I'm able to share all this with you guys, and when I see that some of you are getting relief and getting info that you need from my channel, it makes me very happy. I'm also would like to remind you guys that a lot of the questions I'm getting, you can find the answers on a lot of my videos if you just go through my playlist and, you know, search my channel for like adrenal fatigue, hormonal imbalance, and all that. I have really put a lot of what I know and my experience out there on my channel, so it might be faster for you to just go through and watch, you know, through my videos instead of asking, because sometimes now there's a lot of repeat questions and a lot of emails that I go through, and it's kind of the same questions. Though I don't mind answering them, I think it'll be faster if you guys, you know, actually watch through most of my videos, because you will find the answer there. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, continue to subscribe and help me build my channel. Continue to share my content. I know those of you who have, I really appreciate it. And it also can help other people who might be in need of this information that I'm putting out. And like and keep commenting. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.